Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
All right. What account is this on? All right. All right. So we can see here by looking at the dashboard, 4 of the G pairs are heading down, 2 are heading up. All right. So we got a little correlation. Someone asked me to talk about what happened yesterday. You can see since the weekly open, all G pairs are down. So we definitely talk about that. Good Lord.
That's what I'm saying. I got into that GU trade before the call. So that's all like that GU dropping. GU dropping. They were up last week, so now they're coming down.
Yeah, we'll go over that. GN we may get into here in about 4 minutes. The next candle, GCAT coming down, but it's in an uptrend still. G Chef. All right. Everything moving quite drastically right now, which tells me what? We need to be doing what? We need to be looking at the news. What's going on in the news? I use the MyFX Book app. So I got the MyFX Book app on my phone. You can also use Forex Factory. You can see that JPY just had some orange folder news. That's really about it. There's some Euro news, green folder in about 47 minutes. In an hour and 2 minutes, you got some orange folder news again for EU, for Euro, and then an hour 32 minutes, some more Euro news, orange folder. Another orange folder in an hour 42 minutes for Euro, and an hour 47 minutes for Euro. So a lot of Euro news coming out. GBP news in 2 hours and 17 minutes, but it's green. No crazy news until New York session. A lot of red folder news in New York session. So if you're going to trade New York, be prepared for that. Man, let me go check something here. Nope. The bot didn't get anything. All right. We'll go over this here, guys. I'm upset about this FTMO account. Talking to you guys about some of these rules. Wow. Guy, how many pips you up on that GU?
Like 29 pips.
Nice.
Well, 31 now. So.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to wait for something because this is.
I know GU definitely going to try to test back that zone from last week.
GU. GU no trend, 3 red, 3 green. The only way you trade both, well, yeah, I think it just broke through a zone, right? 70 pips apart. You can trade both directions. We got 1 minute. If I do get into a trade, and we'll see here, it will be GN because it's broken below Asia channel and it is clearly in a downtrend. No green zones. So if I get into a trade, it will be GN. GA is right at a zone. GCAD, not far from a zone. G-Chef, there's a zone right there. GJ, zone not too far away. GU, we got a nice little ways to a zone on GU. 35 pips. Clear on the higher time frames. Everything pushing down hard. All right, guys, I'm probably gonna stay out of it. So I'll explain why. So when I look at correlation, I look at two things. We talked about it before. There's two things that I look at when I look at correlation. This is what happened yesterday as well. So when I look at correlation, I look at the probability that the pair I'm going to get into has chance to go 20 pips. All right. Now, for the G pairs, I go look at all the other 5 G pairs because the one I'm looking to trade, I look at the other 5. As you can see here, GU already hit a huge drop. All right. It's in a no trend and it's got a nice little 38 pips until the next zone. Right. But you can see here, there's what? You can see here, there's some see some nice little resistance right here, right? But it's got a good chance of getting down to the zone and get 20 pips. GJ, on the other hand, you got what? You got 15 pips. G-Chef is right at a zone. You know, you see that right there. It's right there at a zone. So it's got less than 10 pips. 8 pips. GN has no zone. All right. It's just wide open space down there. That doesn't mean it's going to fall, though. G-Odd is at a zone already. It's been sitting at a zone. And then GCAD is not too far from the zone itself. So when you have one that's close to a zone, one that's in a zone, another one not too far from it, so that's 3, and GJ less than 20 away from it, that's 4 pairs that are close to a zone. Now, what does that mean? That means when they're close to a zone, they have the probability of dropping and reversing. If they reverse, typically they all reverse. All right. So all the G pairs reverse. So from a correlation standpoint, I want them to not only have what? That I want them to all be trending the same direction. I would love for them to all be in the same trend, you know, all heading up, all heading down, the overall trend. But I would also let us see that they have more than 20 pips room to the next zone. Because all pairs have 20 pips room to the next zone, the probability of GBP NZD, which is the one that I like for the setup, dropping 20 pips, the probability goes, a lot higher. So that's what happened yesterday. So a lot of you guys are taking the buy, and you weren't looking at the other factors. So, for example, if you look at GU, if you guys watched the video on the market maker cycle, you guys know that it's typically a 3 to 5 day push before they do what? Before they either reverse the entire cycle, or they have they just have a pullback. As you can see here, we've been in an uptrend for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So yesterday when you guys were taking that buy, it reversed. We've been in an uptrend for days, going on 2 weeks. Look at this. GJ's been in an uptrend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. And they did what? Reversed. G Chef has been climbing about 10 days. So whenever you're beyond 5 days, you need to proceed with caution. All right. Again, that's why the strategies are brought out for you guys to continue to learn. And I try to teach about correlation. All right. Will the strategies work? Yes. Will there be times you lose? Yes, there'll be times you lose. All right. But you got to also understand why you lost. You're going to lose trades. It's going to happen. We had a losing week 2 weeks ago. We came back and we destroyed it last week and made up for those losses. But you're going to have losing weeks. The key is to know why you lost. All right. So let's go back and look at GU. All right. You can see you had a 1, 2, 3, 4 day push. And then you had the what? You had the pullback. All right. Then you had a what? You see this W formation right here? You got the W formation right here. Starting the what? Starting the next uptrend. Look at that W formation. Beautiful setup. All right. See that? This low is higher than this low. So it slanted up and it took off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Remember, I told you it's going to be a 3 to 5 day push on the market maker cycle. Starting off with a W, ending with the M. And as you can see here, it wasn't the best of M's, but you can somewhat see the M here. It's an ugly M, really. You can see the M right here. And again, it's not going to be perfect every time. Because if it was perfect every time, then guess what? You would see it and you could start to trade the pattern, because all the market does is do what? Repeat patterns all over again. Here's the W, 5 day push, ending with the M, in London session, dropped. It's the market maker cycle. It's done. 3 to 5 day push. GJ. Clear as mud. W formation right here. Bouncing off the zone and the 200 moving average. Perfect setup. Beautiful buy right there. Beautiful buy. So if you can cut that, you've been good. Ending with what? It's a little multiple M's here. I mean, you really have like 2 M's in back-to-back M's. You got back-to-back M's here. But the M you really worry about the most is the one that's going to be inside the money zone. Because that M is going to come with what? It's going to come with the volatility. Because you're inside of the money zone where the majority of the money is. Yeah, back-to-back M's, and then guess what? The market maker drop. G-Chef. Same thing, same story. Same story. Short M right here, drop. GN. GN, of course, like I told you, does its own thing. So it's been really just ranging in this area. But it's following the rest of the G pairs. It really hasn't been in the trend. GI. Climbed, reversed, went sideways, dropped. GCAD. Yeah, been climbing. It's been an ugly climb. You can see the W formation right here. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. It dropped on its 4th day. So between the market maker cycle, and again, like I was talking about with correlation, same reason why I didn't take this GBP NZD trade here. if pairs are too close to the zone, you may have one trade like this one here. Somebody's probably in this trade right now. Somebody's probably in this trade, this sale right now. All right. The reason why I take some of these trades and I don't take some of these trades are based off of correlation, also based off of market maker cycle. I'm not taking this because of the correlation. All right. And the correlation I'm looking at, not that all pairs are down, but that the majority of them are hitting levels of support right now. See, this hasn't broken out of this area right here. All right, let me expand this for you guys here. As you start to learn and see the market more, you'll start to understand what I mean. Look at that. Hadn't broke through it yet. Even though it's not a green zone there, that is a level of resistance. You can see there, it's going sideways. You see the multiple touches you get of price. GJ, it's not too far from a zone. Just because it hasn't touched the zone doesn't mean that it has to. That is a suggested area of where price may go to. All right. G-Chef trying to touch it. GN is pulling back up, as you can see. GI is at a zone. 1, 2, 3, 4 pushes. All right. GCAD, not too far from a zone. All right. So correlations, not only are they heading in the same direction, are they all trending down? So as you can see here in the dashboard, you can see that 4 of the 6 are trending down for the day. All 6, well, 5 out of 6 now are trending down for the week. Great correlation there. It's a great correlation. However, they're all at a level, or majority of them are at a level of resistance. Support, which means what? The probability of them breaking through that is low because price does what at support? It heads the opposite direction. All right. For me on GN, I need to see price break through the blue zone. All right, that's a level of resistance, right? It's a level of resistance. I'm seeing support, but then you can see here the next major level of support would be way down here. It's minor level of support. So price can break through that. Let's see how the distance between that. Distance between the two is 63 pips, almost 64 pips. It's a good width right there. We get a break and a close below it. There really isn't a level, as you can see that big run up, there really isn't a level of support once you break this zone until this level. So the probability of catching a trade in between here for 20 pips is higher. All right. That's just how I look at the charts, guys. That's how I look at it. It's why I take some of the trades I take. It's why I don't take the trades I take. Uptrend. So ugly W. Uptrend on gold though. GR30 got the best of me, guys. It got the best of me. Calvin, man. Boy, I was upset about GR30, man.
Hey, we was just talking about it earlier, how it was Bay. Now she's X.
She's not X, but she definitely, the struggle is real, man. So I'll show you guys here. So somebody you guys that follow me on Instagram saw, definitely had some great trades. I think I ended up catching over 1,000 pips yesterday in GER30. And I was up about $4,500 on my FTMO account. So I was $5,500 away from passing the challenge. And then trading out of session, as well as trading we got a bag entry on gold.
That's above the moving average.
Both of them. And you can see here the bigger play here as well. You got a nice little W right here. Nice little W formation right there. Minute 5, we're in an uptrend. We're out of session. And for me, this is what I see here. Is all this.
You could go 10 pips for that. That's like a 10 pip in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, GU still dropping. You still in that GU?
Yep. See, I'm looking at GU on a perspective of I get what you're saying with correlation, but I'm looking at perspective on a longer hold because of the fact that it was like going up for the past 10 days. I'm looking at an hour chart. There's more red zone. So it may be a bumpy ride, but I feel like on a long-term hold for it, it might be a good trade. So I'm holding a little long-term, but as far as for scalping, it's not good for, it's very tricky for scalping.
Yep. So you think on H1, you're good. All right, time frames, guys. I'm gonna go for a quick little 10, 20 pips on this gold. So we in gold for a buy. I'm gonna take profit at 25 pips, but I'm looking to close out somewhere around. I'll put it at 20. We're gonna close out somewhere around that. And, yeah, gold likes to run, so we'll put it at 25 pips. We're looking to close out around 20. Looking to close out around 20, 15 to 20 range. We're up about 4 pips right now on that gold buy, based on the W formation and the bag entry. If you actually, you see here multiple strategies at once. So let's look at this here. If we draw this out, all right. We draw this out, guess what? You know, we got the wedge. And so from a wedge standpoint, we've got a strategy 7 with the W, a strategy 7 with the wedge, and a bounce arrow go entry, so bag entry. And we're up 10 pips right now. So high probability trade when you have multiple positions or multiple strategies at once. So again, you know, we've got, well, let me change the color of this here. Trendline properties coming. Let's go with, we already got yellow up there. Let's go with the baby blue. All right. Up 10 pips right now. You can see you can't touch the 200. Came down, touched the zone. And for me, I'm looking forward to run right back up to that zone area. So yeah, we should be good for, like I said, 15, 20 pips. We're at plus 11 right now. So shout out to everybody that got into the gold trade. You know, we're halfway home. We should get a nice little push here. I am worried a little bit about this area right here that I look at. Where we're kind of stalling at right now, where I kind of said we may stall, is in that area right there. All right, we're up 15 pips. So we hit 15 pips. If you want to take profit, you could have took profit. I think I like that area. Plus 14. Plus 14 pips. Plus 15.
You can never go wrong with taking profits, guys.
Yep, just took profit 16 pips for me. 16 pips. Right to this level of resistance right here. If it breaks through, great. But I took profit right at this level of resistance. So I'm out. 16 pips. Like Cal say, you can't go broke taking profit. Again, profits add up as long as you're more consistent. As long as you see it close right at that level. Could it break through it? Sure. Again, we're out of session. If we were in New York session, I'm holding that trade because gold is a pair that is traded during New York session. It's a New York session pair. We are in London session, or at least we're not even in London session yet. We'll be in London session in 25 minutes. So because we're not in the session for gold, I didn't feel comfortable holding it. You see, it's still climbing. Still climbing. It's already hit 20 pips. I can tell you that. We took profit at 16. Let me see where my old TP was at. I had TP at 25 pips, which was at hadn't quite hit yet. TP for 25 pips was right here. All right. So we'll see how high it goes. It definitely ran 20 pips though. But yeah, I took mine at 16 right at this level of resistance, which is now no longer existing. What's GN doing? Did GN drop? Nope. Almost hit 25. Almost hit 25. Now, why did I go for 25? Now, again, when I scalp on the 5-minute chart, I typically scalp 50 pips at a time with gold. But if I'm out of session, I cut my take profit in half. I cut my stop loss in half. So I'll go for 25 pip take profit because we're out of session. All right. And again, out of session means that though the real money that trades that pair is not in the market. Therefore, the volatility for that pair is not going to always be there. This is a high probable setup. That's why I felt comfortable taking it. Plus, Calvin the Goat says good for 10, 15 pips. So we took it. But you guys can see there, what did we get here? We had a wedge breakout. All right. We also had a W formation breakout, closed above the neckline. And we had a bounce, arrow, go, because guess what? We got more green zones and red zones. The trend is up. All right. For those who are struggling, this is how it's done. Very simple setup. This is multiple setups right here. As you can see from the bounce arrow go, you look 3 strategies. I know I've been seeing people struggle with the bounce arrow go. I've been hearing that people are struggling with the bounce arrow go, which I don't understand because it's the simplest strategy. And there's actually a 7-year-old that catches 50 pips a week with bounce arrow go. All right. So here's how it works. Zoom all the way out. Step number 1, count your zones. If you have more green than red, only take buys. If you have more reds than greens, only take sales. So we have more greens than reds. Great. All right. Now what you're waiting for is the money zone. We're in the money zone. So we are clearly inside the money zone. All right. So you want to take buys inside the money zone. All right. Now you don't take any buy. You take what? Bag entries. Bag stands for bounce, arrow, go. Now, because we're looking for buys, imagine that price of these candlesticks here are like a ball. If I take a ball and I drop it on the floor, it hits the floor and it bounces up. Price goes down, hits a level of support, which is the floor, bounces off the floor and heads up because the overall trend is up. So look, price came down, it bounced, no arrow yet. It bounced again, came up and gave us the arrow. Bounce, arrow, we got net trade right there. Go. That is how a bag entry trade is done. And it doesn't matter what you're trading. Cryptocurrency, oil, we just traded gold. Doesn't matter. Bounce, arrow, go. That's the simplest way to put it. Hopefully those who are on the call for the first time understand that. Those who've been struggling with it have a better idea of how it works. But that is how the bag entry method works. Now, for us, I drew out some other things because you can see here, we had a wedge. If you don't really understand the wedge and how it's set up, go watch strategy video number 7, or you can go and watch YouTube for videos on wedges. And we just hit 25 pip take profit. So it's now hit 25 pips. I got out at 16, but it's gone 25. past 25. It's clearly going past where my TP was at. So shout out to those who stayed in the trade the whole time, because I know a lot of you guys did. Again, I'm a conservative trader. Can't go broke taking profits. I secured my profits. It could have easily bounced off and headed back down, which it's done before. Not just gold, but anything we've traded. So I like to go for the high probability setups. I closed out because of this level of resistance here. Some held, great. Those who took profit with me, we made profit. That's all that matters. Now the goal is to do what? Go do it again and again and again and again. The more you do it, the more you're going to win. Eventually that account will get bigger and bigger. That is how it works. All right. So let me stop sharing real quick here. Oh, let me talk about FTMO, guys. See, I was up 4,500, right? Got greedy. Started putting on more positions. Started trading. I was trading today at like 9:30 my time. So again, the human psyche. Me, I'm trying to hit a home run. I was up 4,500. I have until April the 16th to pass. April the 16th. Well, look at my account now. We are officially at 100,416. I'm in profit, so that's great, and I'm passing everything. So let's go look at it. Stop sharing here. I'm gonna show you guys the portfolio real quick here. Let me refresh it after we took that trade. All right, great. All right, so now let me share my screen so you guys can see it. I'm human. Greed is something that I've got to master. All right, you see this account here? Shows my history. We're above board. We're way up here, up $4,500, 44.51. It's almost 4,500, and now we're only up $416. As you can see here, I'm green on 3 out of the 4. We traded for 11 days. Max daily loss, I haven't not hit that yet. Got close. Max loss total, not even close. So we're passing on those 3. These 2 are the hardest. Just naturally by making a trade every day, you'll get to this. This max daily loss is tough because every day it starts over. So you can't, even if you're in profit. So like I was in profit and I'm frustrated by this. I almost didn't trade this account tonight. I was real frustrated by this rule they make. You can't lose more than $5,000 in a day. Otherwise, you lose. Even if you have a funded account, you'll lose that account. Even if you're up $25,000. If I make $20,000 profit today, that $20,000, the cushion that I have now is only good for that day. So tomorrow, that $20,000 is there, but I can still lose $5,000 the next day. And then I guess what? I'll lose my entire account. Whether it be the challenge and now I got to pay more money to start over again, or I'll lose my fully funded account. All right. That's the way the rules work. So you got to learn how to play within the rules. So I lowered my lot size. I've been trading with 5 standards. All right. Or 2.5 standards with Forex pairs and gold. All right. I lowered my lot size. You saw I was using a standard lot because I knew I only had like $900 wiggle room. All right. To lose for the day. And so I'm not passing right now on the profit target of 10,000, but I have until April 16th. Here's the cool thing about it. Because I'm passing on all 3 of these, if I don't hit the 10K level, they will allow me to retry and they'll restart me over again as long as I stay in profit. So if I stay in profit and I don't hit the full 10K and I'm still passing all these, they will allow me to have a redo for free. All right. So I don't really care about second place. That's what I call second place. My goal is to hit the 10K. So the goal is to wait till tomorrow so I can up my lot sizes again when my max day loss has reset. And I can start to get back to following my rules, which I can show you guys why or what I did when I broke my rules. I traded against the trend and I traded not even close to in session. So I was on GER 30. All right, I was on GER 30. And as you can see here, at 9 o'clock, 9:30, price was coming out of the zone at a bag entry. I saw that. I said, okay, cool. Guess what? I wanted to wait. All right, I wanted to wait. And so here's what I saw, which again, here's how the market can fake you. if you're not thinking straight, is the way I call it. I was being human and not being a full trader, not being a trader and following my rules. So I broke my rules because the trend is up. And look at this. I saw this M, right? I saw this M. It broke. I got in and it reversed on me. Reversed on me. Was in profit, reversed on me. I thought I was going lower. I had my little level down here after one candle. All right, great. We're in good profit. Reversed on me. All right. You know, so you've got to learn to, first of all, you got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Out of session. So I was trading at 9:30 my time, trading against the trend and over leveraging. I had 4 positions of 5 standards. All right. Got my butt kicked. Gave all the profit back because I was trying to hit 10K in that one trade. I was trying to go ahead and get the rest of the $5,500 and be done. So I can show you guys that it's over and we're just gonna coast. Drink for the night, Sherry, Dr. Pepper. It's good stuff, guys. And so I broke my rules being greedy, over leverage. So I'm human. It won't happen again. It won't happen again because, guys, I came, $100,000 account. When I pass the challenge, I will have a $100,000 funded account. That's a game changer for anybody. And the goal is to get 3 more so I can have a total of 400,000. Therefore, if I make 10%, that's 40 grand on a $400,000 account. I get to keep 70%. That's $28,000. All right. You see how things can change your life if you just follow the rules, whether it be a funded account with FTMO or another platform, or just the extra $500 a week that you can generate by trading the Forex market. Follow your rules, use proper risk management, do not over leverage, control your emotions. I was emotionless. I got mad after the fact, but I had no emotion. So I controlled my emotions, but I broke my rules. I knew I did. That's all I can really say, guys. We'll make it back though, so I'm not worried about it. We will get a $100,000 funded account. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We might knock that bad boy out the park. So just want you guys to see that. Got to be more careful, guys. Got to be more careful. Let's go to the chat here and let's see who made the money on the gold. If you took profit on that gold trade, hey, drop CTG because Calvin said it was gonna go 10, 15. I took it at 16. It went to 425. So if you caught pips on that, drop CTG in the chat. There, that chat blowing up. So I like to see it. Also, if you in the AIRO bag chat, hey, go drop them screenshots, blow everybody up. Tell them, yeah, you guys know what to do. Go drop it in the chat. Tell you, hey, they missing out. I tell you, they get mad at me every time. People wake up, they see everybody dropping screenshots in the chat. They message me like, you had a call last night? Why didn't you wake me up? You had a call last night? I didn't see the message. It's because you were asleep. It's posted every night. So go blow the chat up, guys, and let these guys know they're missing out, just like they do every night. Miss out. They don't get on the call. We got 284 on the call and climbing. Shout out to you guys. We got a lot of people catching that trade. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what it's about. So hopefully you guys learned something on that trade. All right. Latoya just started 25K FTMO challenge today, almost to my daily goal, and I'm leaving this account alone until tomorrow. I'm trying to be real careful. Latoya, I cannot tell you to say, hey, whatever your goal is, hit it and be done. Hit it and be done. I had to be a little bit more aggressive with my goal because I broke my rules earlier and I got into like $4,000 of drawdown. So I had to trade some extra and get my way out of it. I got out of it and I was halfway home and I broke my rules again. And this time it didn't work for me. So follow your rules. But I can tell you, once I get my funded account, I will have a daily goal. And you figure 22 trading days in a month. If my goal is 10%, I'm looking to make, a 0.5% to 1% a day, which is $500 to $1,000 a day. That's it. If I can make $500 to $1,000 a day on a $100,000 account in 22 trading days, I'll be at my goal. I'll be at 10 to 20%. That's where I want to be at. I want to be between 10 and 20%, being very realistic, not trading, over trading. You guys know I'm conservative, but at 10, 20%, that's between 10 and 20 grand profit, which means that's between 7 and 14 grand profit I get to keep. All right. I get to keep. I get to help you guys make money, and then I get paid out more because I'm not putting 100 grand into account. I'm using somebody else's money. It's even better. I'm making money off of somebody else's money. It's even better. It means I can leave my money in my account, or better yet, I can now put my money to work for me with a bot. One thing me and you guys will hear me and Kevin talk more about going forward is two things. Number one, ensuring you have the right broker. All right. You want to make sure you have the right broker. All right. And then number two, you want to ensure that you have AIRO to grow your what we call working profits. All right. Because you can be more aggressive when you're manually trading. And then you take that money, some of that profit, pay yourself, take the rest of it, you put it into a bot. All right. You put it into another software that Auvoria Prime offers. All right. And you let that make money for you as well. It's going to make it at a slower pace. It's a lot less risk, but it's better than a savings account. I can tell you that. All the other softwares, are in that 3 to 12% a month range, somewhere in that range. All right. The bank's giving you 0.01. So why not just leave it, in one of the bots, all right? One of the auto trading softwares that Auvoria Prime offers, all right? So you guys will hear us talking more about that going forward, ensuring you have the right broker, because with the right broker, you have lower spreads. With the right broker, you can trade multiple pairs, all right? Me, I'm loving GER 30. That might be the only pair I trade. Use a 5 standard lot, one position and not 4, catch 100 pips, make my $500, be done. Catch 200 pips, make $1,000, and be done. That's it. That's all it takes. I caught 1,000 yesterday. I lost 800 today. It's crazy. All right. So you guys hear us talk more about that. So yes, Latoya, definitely be careful. Just practice proper risk management. All right. See what else we got in here. Who's in the group? Who's here? All right. Shout out to everybody that took that trade though. All right. Gold got a second arrow. Really? Let's go take a look at it. Let's go take a look at the gold. Yep, another buy. Ooh. Reversing on us. All right. I wouldn't be entering that trade. Again, we're out of session. We are out of session. All right. If you caught 15, you should have caught somewhere between 15 and 25 pips on that trade, which is everybody that showed they did. Let's go look at GN. GN reversing. All right. GN's reversing. All right. You'd be down about 13 and a half pips if you took that trade. I explained why I didn't take it. You can see everything now starting to reverse. Everything's starting to reverse.
Don't fall for that goal. It'd be tricky, just like BTC that one time. It definitely tricky. That arrow comes, it's gonna reverse, and it may go up in session, New York session. So you're gonna get stopped. You're gonna blow your account in London, but New York session is gonna go up.
Yep.
Not the time at all. So
no
I know a lot.
But listen to Cal, man. He's called CTG for a reason. All right. Also, you catch good trades before New York, or London session, or before any session, but typically right before the session or right when the session starts, you can have what's called a fake out. All right. So at session beginnings, all right, or right before session begins, the market makers like to fake people out and continue to trend the way it was going, and then do what? Then reverse it. All right. And then depending on what they want to do, they may reverse it. Depending on how much money they gathered on the fake out, they might reverse it far enough to where it just goes back into the regular trend it was in. Or they fake you out, stop people, people get stopped out, and they turn it back around and continue to trend. So the market makers are funny like that. So be careful. Typically 30 minutes to an hour before session starts, and then that first 30 minutes to an hour when the session starts. All right. So we start out the week with a nice little trade with gold. Let me go answer some questions. Like always, guys, put your questions in the Q&A, and then let's chop it up in the chat group. All right, so we already talked about what happened in last week's sessions. GJ, negative. We're definitely not getting that. Yes, Don, I will get it back. I'm not worried about it. I'm just upset at myself. So when I make mistakes like that, if the market does something that I wasn't expecting, I'm fine with that. Then I can always go back and learn from that. I only get upset when I make mistakes that I know better. I told myself, Nate, close the charts. Don't take any trades. You're up $4,500. Wait till we get on the call, and you can always make some more money. All right, it's not going anywhere. For me, I like I'm a scalper, and I'm I am very, what's the word? Conservative with you guys, but when I'm on a call, man, sometimes I'm not conservative. I'm hard-headed. I have to learn the hard way. So that's what I'm working on myself, is being as disciplined with you guys on the call as I am off the call. If I could, we'd have been at 200,000 right now, because I'm not as disciplined. A lot of the losses that I took that I had to dig my way out happened off the call, and then I had to work my way back into the game on the call. All right, so that's what I'm working on, is being disciplined. That's the key. Even myself, not disciplined. Hey, I want to be. You guys are gonna ask me about my FTMO account anyway, so end up putting a line about it. That's what it's about. It's about being transparent. All right, I want to let you guys see the real world. Every trader goes through this, no matter how long you've been trading. I've been trading Forex 5 years. I've been trading the financial markets, for 14. Even I still struggle with it sometimes. But luckily for me, my skill set has grown to where I can make up for my mistakes and still be okay. All right. So we'll get it back. We'll get it back. I'll be better for you guys. I got to set a better example. ECAD and EG strat for, oh man. Let's go take a look at some more. Just go look at these euros. Euros, we definitely stayed away from with all the news coming out. Just remember that. Remember that. All the news that was going to come out with the euro pairs. But we can definitely pull it up. Here, GBP. Another thing last night on what happened with the euro pairs, euro odd, was that when you guys took those GBP pair trades, the buys, euro had news almost the exact same time you guys were taking those buys. And the euro news was red folder unemployment news, which shot the euro straight to the moon. All right. And when it shot it to the moon, guess what happened? G pairs went the opposite direction. All right. Because they're opposite correlating pairs. It's another reason why I always, I tell you guys to trade those 10 pairs. All right. They'll keep you on the right side of each other. Because if you know red folder news is coming out on a euro or on pound pairs, you might want to do what? You might want to hold out and not take a trade on the opposite pair. Oh, G pairs are not having no news, just euros. We'll be good. No. The euros can affect the direction of the overall trend of what? Of your pound pairs, because they're inverse correlated. All right? Got to be a student of the game. Got to understand. Sometimes not taking a trade is better than taking a trade. The bot has been running since yesterday. I turned it on yesterday because it only runs. And so those who are wondering, this is just a prototype. I mean, this is the look at this is the AIRO EA. Only runs on 6 pairs, which are all GBP pairs. All right. So only runs on 6 pairs based on the way that I trade it. It hasn't taken a trade all week yet. It only runs London session Tuesday all the way through London session Friday, which it stops right before New York session. So it trades for 3.5 sessions, all right, or 3.5 money zones throughout the week. All right. It only trades strategy number 1, bag entries, and strategy number 3, Asia session breakout. That's it. All right. That's all it trades. All right. That's all it trades. And it had taken a trade all week because guess what? The markets were an uptrend. They reversed. So it's not they had taken a trade. this week. Last week it took 8 trades. Had to make a couple little tweaks, but last week it went 6-2. It should have went 8-0, so I had to make those tweaks. But it was a great week last week. It had 6 wins, 2 losses. Should have been 8 wins and no losses. But that's why I had to make a few little tweaks. I want this thing to be perfect for you guys. So it's trading the exact way that I wanted to trade, conservatively and profitably. All right, because this would be one of those softwares that if it passes the stringent test that AP has, all right, the beta test group and everything of that nature, it will be a tool that you guys can use that when you're not trading, if you be like, hey, the bot's out, I'm gonna let the bot, the AIRO EA trade for me during London session, and I'm just gonna wake up doing New York. So you see what happened yesterday? Look at that. Straight up. This is all that news right there. Which guess what? This is Euro NZD. Let's go look at GBP NZD. And drop. Fake out, drop. GJ, drop. GU, drop. GI, drop. Look at the euros. Up. Euro GBP, Euro odd, straight up. Euro JPY went up, then it reversed. Euro NZD, straight up. All right. Is it a coincidence? No. Does it all the time. I'm not just putting it on there to show you. Happens all the time. They are inverse correlated pairs. So that is what happened yesterday. The Euro news. So the Euro had their version of NFP. So all their data came out about the economy. It's getting better now that COVID is passing. As people are starting to recover. All right. The Euro shot up. Pound shot down. Doesn't surprise me. I told some people yesterday in the chat, for those who took the advice and stayed out, you didn't lose any money. For those who got in, I understand you follow the rules. However, you didn't follow all the rules. Trading is not applying one strategy a million times and getting it right a million times. It's not going to happen. You're going to lose regardless, no matter, even if you followed all the rules. But I'm trying to help you guys understand there's more to trading than just one simple strategy or 2 simple strategies. You also have to understand what's going on in the market. You got to understand what's going on in the economies. Got to understand news, how it affects price. All right. Got to understand that the pound pairs, all of them have been running up for the last 2 weeks. At some point, it's going to do what? It's going to turn around. Now, whether it reverses all the way and goes to a downtrend or it just has a nice pullback, it's got to turn around. What goes up has to come down. Can't run up forever. So you just got to be more careful, guys. Got to be more careful. So Euro GBP, we missed this one here. Euro GBP, and I guess I might have missed it. Euro GBP, the break of the money zone trade would have been the second candle of the money zone. If you'd have got in on the second candle of the money zone, you'd be up right now. You'd have been up, it ran up 37 pips. Euro odd already broke the money zone, the top of the money zone. And let's see, you'd be up, you'd be up 10 pips. Euro JPY, money zone's up here from previous day, not worried about it. So strategy 4 is out of zone. So strategy 4 worked out very well for Euro GBP, very well. And Euro odd, shout out to those who took those. So we'll see what gold is doing. Gold chilling in that zone. SPX nothing. GER 30 negative. Ghost Rider. All right, let me go back and ask some more questions. How long is the money zone open? The money zone is always the same time frame, guys. 12 a.m. Central to 12 p.m. Central. It's always 12 hours. Even though there's a time zone change, it doesn't matter. The money zone is always 12 hours. All right. G pair is dropping because the UK announced yesterday that the government will stop the use of AstraZeneca vaccine. That's another one. The AstraZeneca vaccine, I've been reading about it the last 48 hours, has been proven to be a cause of a rare blood clot. All right, a rare type of blood clot. The AstraZeneca company, their vaccine, it's causing a rare type of blood clot. So that's having negative effects on payers in certain countries. If you took that vaccine, definitely be careful. I'm not a doctor, but definitely look into it. Definitely look into it. It's been all over the news for the last 48 hours. Congrats on ECAD. We missed that one. Congrats. Let's go look at ECAD. The Euro CAD, not a pair I trade very often. Let's go pull that up. Euro CAD. Let's go look at the 5 minute. Yeah, I guess it's a bag entry in the 5 minute before the money zone, but for me, I don't have a bag entry. So maybe a different broker, that's fine. But I don't have one here, but it nice run up there. Nice run up. UJ out of session. Someone wants me to look at UJ. All right, UJ, U to the J. And we'll also look at Nas on the 15 minute. I don't really trade indices on the 15 minute because of the potential pullback. And with a Nas, I mean, it's where we at? Indexes. We're not even in session right now. So Nas, minute 15. Nice little bag entry. Beautiful bag entry. Beautiful bag entry on Nas. Ran up a quick little 10 pips. When I look at Nas, I go look at SPX. Just kind of ranging right there. The 30 is stuck in the zone. Yeah, so I'm not touching that. Not touching right now. Now, if GER30 come out the zone, we may be in for some fireworks here. GER30 owe me some money. I'll tell you that right now. GER30 owes me some money.
It was that Dr. Pepper, bro.
No, man, it wasn't Dr. Pepper, man. What are you gonna blame Dr. Pepper for, man? What did Dr. Pepper ever do to you?
Hey, that boy drank that Dr. Pepper and got he's like, you know what? I'm going for the gusto. Is it like how they do you at?
Brother. I want to get on a call and tell everybody I did it early. And I knew I should have took my time. Like, man, I even told myself earlier today. I said, Nate, today's the 6th. You got 10 days left. I mean, you can just catch 500 to 1,000 pips. I mean, 500 to 1,000 dollars a day and make it. Got to be more careful. Come on, GER30, get up there so we get this trade. For me, the reason why I would take this trade for the buy, breaking of the wedge and out of the zone. So it's breaking of this wedge. Let me go take some FTMO account. Yeah. And so I'll be taking this trade here. Let me check my lot size down. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Are we out of the zone? No, we're not past the blue lines. Pulling back. So I'm not taking it yet, guys. Didn't close above the blue line. That was the top of the zone right there. So the zone disappeared, but we didn't close above where the top of the zone was at. Therefore, I'm not taking a trade. I need that additional confirmation for me to take a trade. All right. I need that additional confirmation. What's that price point? 15. All right, so we give it 5 minutes to close above the zone. Hey, I mean above that line, we'll be in that joint. Someone wanted to look at UJ. Not really sure why. We are out of session, so we shouldn't even be looking at definitely at UJ. We're in downtrend 2, 4, 5, 2. We're in no trend right now, so we're in no trend on UJ. Let's check here. This is between the two middle zones is 90 pips. So if we do get a bag entry, you can take the bag entry. But I mean, I wouldn't be taking it until New York session. So I wouldn't be looking to take it, during London session. I'll tell you that. But if you do get an AIRO, you are 90 pips, so more than 50 pips in between the two middle zones. Therefore, you can take the trade in both directions because there is no trend. All right. The thin blue line on the chart, that is the moving average. So I'm assuming you are talking about the one that comes standard with the software. So if we let's go to GCAD. On GCAD, there's a thin blue line here. This is the moving average. This is just a visual aid to let you know that where price is going. So as you can see here, if price is above it, so the candlesticks, they're green and they're above blue line, which means or indicates that we're in an uptrend, and vice versa. If they're red and below it, we're in a downtrend. You can also see though, look, the blue line is moving up to help you visually see that we're in an uptrend, and then vice versa when price is coming down. All right, so it's just there for visual representation. All right. Come on, GER 30. We got 2 minutes, baby. Get up there. Get up there. Daddy needs money back. Woo! That's what I like to see. I like to see some movement because we are officially 13 minutes into London session. Cool. Need to see that. How much room we got here? I need to stay right about there. We got some nice room there. Nice room there. Nice room to run. Two more minutes, and we'll see if we're going to take the trade or not. All right. 2 more minutes. Question, if you're up 20K live on FTMO and you lose 5K the next day, did you get that profit split of the overall profit or no? Negative. Oh, actually, I don't know. All the experts on here, let me know. I know you lose your live account. You won't be live anymore because you broke one of the rules. I am not sure if you get the profit split or not. If you guys have, for those you guys that got a funded account, fully funded on here, let us know. Yes, you keep your profit. All right, great. So you will get you'll have 15K profit. You get to keep 70% of that, which would be about 10,500, and then your account is gone. You got to start all over again. So you will get your profit split, but because you violated the let's go back here. You violated the rules of the 5K max day loss. You get your profit split, but you will lose your account. You lose your fully funded account, and you have to start all over again the next day. All right. So we got the break above. I am in GER 30 for a buy. All right. Looking for about We're looking for 50 to 100 pips. All right, if you're taking this trade, you guys know with me, GER30, you got to use a lower lot size. Do not over leverage. This pair is a mover. It may not look like it moves much, but you can see we're down 37 pips, and that's just a baby little move, just a baby move. All right, that move right there is 102 pips where the take profit line is at. You're like, it's a small move. It is a small move, but that's how GER30 rolls. I've lowered my lot size, and I'm going for, I got take profit at 100 pips. I'll be looking to close out once I get over 50. All right. Gold coming down. Let's see who we got here. G pair starting to move back up, reversing off that level of support we talked about earlier. All of them moving up. Gold come back down after we got the nice move up, and then GER30 playing with us. All right. Why is it playing with us? Look left. When in doubt, look left. When in doubt, look left. When in doubt, look left. Look at all this right here. Price just sat in that area for a long time. It came to that level and stopped multiple times. And that's where our entries are right at the bottom there. All right. I feel good about the trade though, because it broke the wedge. All right. You did have multiple bag entries, bounce, arrow here. And we got a break above the zone and break above the wedge. That's why I feel comfortable. Multiple confirmations for me telling me that the volatility is there to break through that level. All right. And I've lowered my lot size, so it's not gonna hurt me. All right, ask some more questions here. US 500 M5 has a valid bag entry. I don't know, did I see that? Did we miss that? US 500. Bounce. For me, it's not valid. I'll show you why. Number one, we're out of session, but you got a bounce here, you got an arrow there. But for me, we're out of session. So for me, I wouldn't, it's just been ranging. I wouldn't have took that. I need some more confirmations. But then the next one is a down arrow. So this next arrow right here is a down arrow, which means what? It means the next two arrows are negated. So I'm not even looking to take those. All right. So I'm not touching it. But I watch it because I see that when it runs up, guess what happens? When it's running up, typically GER30 is running up. So I like to see that it just pushed up. I like that push up right there. It's a good push up. We're now in profit on GER30. I like that push up because when that pushes up, we should get a nice little push up on GER30 as well. So we are in profit right now. Just need this little push. Come on, baby, push. Push, baby, push. You owe me some pips, GER30. You owe me some pips for playing with you. Pay out. Pay out. Up 53 pips right there. If you had take profit at 50 pips, you cashed out. If you had take profit at 50 pips, you cashed out. Ran up to 53. So for those who cut to 50, congrats. I had my take profit. Yeah. We up 33, 23. Don't get back up there. Don't give me my 50 pips so I can get out. Oh, my bad, guys. I closed out. My finger was on a button and closed out on accident. What did I get? I got 23. Got to be more careful. Got
Pepper and GER30 is not good for you, bro. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just
I got my
saying.
53. I mean, it went 53, man. I'm sitting there. I got the phone next to me. I went to pick it up to look at it and hit the button on accident.
Man, hey, whoever caught some pips, drop it in the chat. I got that back from Nate, GR30.
25, you guys got on that gold. 50 on GER30. Because of the way GER30 moves, as you guys know, I always put my take profit at 100, and I'm looking to take profit between 50 and 100. So depending on how fast it's moving, you might get the whole 100, like that. You guys that saw me put that screenshot in the group last night for 4 positions, and all of them were at like 215 pips. That candle took less than 5 minutes. It literally was a 5-minute candle, and I caught almost 1,000 pips on those 4 entries. And I came back later and got 2 more entries to get another couple hundred. I think I caught a total of like 1,100 and some change. So you should be up 30 plus right now and pushing. Guys, to be more careful. So I like to scout 50 to 100 on indices. That's just me, 50 to 100, because if you get a precise entry and you have a nice lot size, you can make some good money. Like for me, that trade right there with a 5 lot on that 53 pips, that'd have been, at least the way that my broker utilized it, that 5 lot would have made me $265. All right, which means I need one more trade like that, and you're good. So you should be up 50 plus again. Just hit. So you guys should be cashing out. We just got back up to 50 pips again. It's in that zone right there. So that would have been a good time to take that profit. But yeah, 50 to 100 is what I look for. I always put it at 100 just in case price wants to just take off like it did on that previous candle when it broke through the zone. But I'm looking to take profit somewhere between the 50 plus range. So I put it there to be able to catch more pips. And then I look to manually close out on the chart. All right. That's just the way that I trade. That's just the way I trade. Another correlation standpoint, look at US 500. Look how close it is to the zone. GER 30, zone far away, but, again, they run side by side. So you guys should have took profit on that one. It got the 50 plus pips on 2 occasions. Look at all them GER 30 trades. 43 pips, 40, 50 pip and dip. Nice. GN for strategy 3. Let's go look at it. GN for strategy numero 3. 2-0 for the week. I like it. Ooh, GN for strategy 3. It's getting close. Well, crazy thing about GN is GN's in a downtrend. More red zones than green zones. So I wouldn't be looking to take it for strategy 3. I wouldn't take it. I know the bot's not going to take it because the bot knows that it's in a downtrend. So I wouldn't be looking to take it. G-odd. Now G-odd breaks the zone. No, the bot wouldn't take it either because it'd be even zones. All right, let me make sure I got that. G-odd. Yep. The bot closes. Yeah, it'd be even zone, so it'd be no trade. No trade. No trade. Plus Asia's channel is less than 50, is more than 50 pips, so yeah, that's another rule. Got to follow the rules. So today's probably a day the bot not taking any trades yet again. Let's get some bag entries. And that's fine. All you need is one good day. Like that day it went 6-2 last week. 6 of those trades happened in one night. All 6, the 6 winners, all happened in one day. All 6 trades won. The 2 losers, there was 1 trade. So I think the 6 winners happened on a Wednesday. The 1 loser happened on that Tuesday, and the other loser happened on that Friday. So not bad. Didn't trade every day. It takes precise entries based on the rules in place. And so, let's just say, it actually was 6-2. It should have been 8-0. But at 6-2, That's 120 pips. You're 40 pips positive. So depending on your lot size, you might have been up. I think the way that I've got it set up for the everyone I tell, 0.01, 40 plus. So you use it. It should have been 8-0. So you should have been up last week. If I had it tweaked just right, you'd have been up 16% based on, again, how I talk to you guys about when it comes to lot sizes, a 0.01 lot size for every $100. All right. So you should have been up, you'd have been up 160 pips, which is $16. So on a $100 account, you've been up 16%. So if you use that ratio on all of your and depending on your account size, if you use that same ratio, 0.01 for every 100, you would have been up 16% last week if it was worked out just right. But it was 6-2. So based on what it actually was, 6-2, you'd have been up 4%. You're still not a bad week. 4% in a week is good. 4% in a week. Again, the banks are only giving you 0.01. And then again, you may be more aggressive. You may like bag entry. You may like strategy number 3. The cool thing about the body is, and I'll show it to you guys. But no, I'm not gonna show it just yet. But you actually can choose which strategy you want to use. So if you want to use bag entry, you can. If you only want to use Asia breakout, you can. If you want to use both, you can. So that's the cool thing about it. It allows you to be able to utilize both strategies or just one or the other. All right. We're going to be doing some thorough testing to see which strategy has the highest probability win rate. Because it might come down to it the way I'm thinking it is. And me and Calvin, we talked about it. It might come down to it. Strategy 3 might be the only one that I make available because strategy 3 may have the highest win rate. And you want to have the highest win rate to allow for better gains. I can tell you right now on strategy 3, Cal, in the last 4 months, I think we've lost only 1, maybe 2 trades of strategy 3. And that's been our highest trading strategy that we traded the most.
Yeah, I think it was 2. And that was like towards early in the year too as well.
Yep. So only 2 trades. Again, strategy 3 is our number 1 most traded strategy on this call. Then strategy 7, and then strategy 1. And that's just based off of what we get as far as our setups. We take more strategy 3 trades on this call than anything. Then strategy 7 with M's, W's, and wedges, and then strategy 1, which is the bounce, arrow, go. So that those are that's just what the probability is. And so we've learned a lot about how to trade strategy number 3. Everything that I've learned with you guys and everything that I already knew with the strategy is what I put into how the bot trades. So now it's just a matter of ensuring the bot is trading the exact way that I would, as well as ensuring that over time it's going to win. So we're going to do some very thorough beta testing with the beta testers. And like I said, when we get the results, if they are strong enough to pass the rigorous test of AP's beta test group, then it'll be released to the group. It'll be released to the public, and you guys will get to opportunity to utilize it. But so far, it is promising. All right. So far, it's promising. We're gonna get a lot of data. I'm gonna do some back testing on it. I'm gonna do some independent back testing on it. Take it to some people that have some historical data, and I'm gonna run it. Probably the last 5-10 years. Just go back. Pay somebody to utilize their historical data to run the bot on for the last 5 to 10 years to see how it would perform over the last 5 to 10 years. On top of doing forward testing, which is testing it live with the beta test group. So we're gonna do some thorough testing on it just to make sure that when you guys get your hands on it, it is going to be top shape. All right. My goal is, my goal is to ensure, is to hope that it is at the 80 percentile. All right, let's go look at it. I want it to be a winner of 80% or more. Look at that. GI. Oh, it's a bag entry. GI with the bag entry. We've got more than 50 pips room in between the two, so we can take the trade both ways. Man, this thing just kicked me out again. Golly. Cameron, what you think about GI, man? Go look at GJ. GJ about to come to his own.
Let me pull it up.
G Chef is good. GN is good. This head, we looking decent. Might have to take this bag entry. GCAD. $24 pips, looking good. A little choppiness over here, but I All right, guys, I'm gonna take this bag entry for GBP AUD. I'm gonna take this bag entry, and I'm gonna take it all the way to the 200 moving average. Somewhere in that round. I'll probably get out early. The 200 moving average, we'll put it at about 29 pips. You know, when you're looking for 20 pip and dip. All right, 20 pip and dip. 20 pip and dip. All right, we're about break even. We were up 2 pips. GI on the buy. Bag entry. You can see GU is bouncing off, heading up. So we got the correlation. Your price is heading up. GJ, correlation hit price is heading up. G Chef, you can see it. GN, you can clearly see it there. GCAT, you can see it there. All right. Let's see here. Did the bot take it? No, the bot wouldn't take it because of. Let me go look at it real quick. And I go back check the settings on that one. It should have took that trade. I think so. Go back check my settings on it. So we are in a G-odd buy. Where we at? How can you increase the font size? So under the settings, at the very bottom of the settings tab for the dashboard, you can change your font size. GP Red Photo News. Let's go check G pairs. G pairs. I don't have any GBP news for 56 minutes, and it's green folder. Yep. Did I use proper risk management? Yes, I used it that time around. Let's let me go look up forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com has in 1 hour, it has yellow folder GBP news. That's it. So there is no red folder news that I see. Only red folder news for the day, even on Forex Factory, is for USD. So let me show you my chart. Let me show you what Forex Factory looks like. Show you how to read these here. All right. So this is forexfactory.com. You can clearly see here. It's pointing to the next news. You can see current time, 3:34 a.m. right here. Today, April 7th. It's pointing to the arrow next to the next news, which is Euro News, yellow folder. Next news is in an hour, so at 4:30 a.m. And it's for GBP news, yellow folder. So we're still an hour out. I may get out, like I said, we're 30 minutes out, may get out early. But I don't see any red photo. Only red photo for today is USD. So after money zone, look out for some crazy moves potentially in gold, Euro USD, USD JPY, all the indexes, because of FOMC news right there. Potential mover there. All right. Let's answer some more questions here. We are 2 pips in profit. 2 pips in profit on that trade. 2 pips in profit. Oh yeah, that's the reason why. So the bot didn't take. I just thought about it. The bot didn't take that trade, the bag entry, because there's only 4 zones: 2 green, 2 red. That's a no go. That's a no go because that's a no go. So to ensure high probability, I set the bot to where it only takes trades when there is a trend. So had there been 3 green, it'd be in the buy. The reason why it's not because there's 2 of each. I could have done it that way, but I wanted, there's the probability isn't as high as I would like it if you are you only have, if you have even amount of zones, even if there is 50 pips room. All right. It's all about probability, guys. First day of the 100K FTMO challenge, up 475 for the night, Dave, so far. Mike, congrats, man. Congrats. Keep up the good work, man. Don't do what I did. It's been a roller coaster ride for me. It's been a roller coaster ride for me. Got to be more careful. Like I said, we're still up 2 pips right now on that trade. We're up 2 pips. If you want to close out because of the news that's in the hour, hey, be my guest. Remember, guys, if you are asking questions in the Q&A, you must be, your name must not be anonymous. I do not answer anonymous. Your name's anonymous. So what does yellow folder news mean? So there's green, yellow, and red. So green means go, yellow means pause, red means stop. So that's just a level of, the folders are there for the levels of potential volatility that those may bring. All right, we're up 6 pips right now on GOD. Let's go take a look at it real quick. So if it's green folder, that means the news is not high impactful news. If it's yellow folder, it's a little bit more impactful than green. And if it's red, it's high impact news. All right, which means it has the opportunity to really move and shift prices in a fast way. So you see, we're up 6 pips right now on this trade, plus 6. All right. Safe place to get out is plus 10. We get at plus 10. We may end up getting out. That's a good place to get out for those who want to be conservative. I'm going to hold until we're about 30 minutes out. If we get to about 10 plus and we're 30 minutes out from news, as you guys know me, I like to be out of news. So we got news at 4:30 a.m., which is 1 hour. That was 4:30 a.m. Eastern, so that'd be an hour ahead of me. Right now it is 2:39. So here at 3 a.m. my time, I'm looking to hopefully be at TP. Hopefully we're at TP. If not, I'm getting out at 3 a.m. My rule is to get out or not to be in any trades 30 minutes before news. So since we have yellow folder news, I don't trade pairs with yellow folder and red folder. If it's green, I don't care. I'll trade green folder. That's just me. But I won't. I tend to get out for yellow and for red. Every now and then I'll make an exception for yellow, but for the most part, I'm looking to get out, especially for red. But that's just me. So we got 20 minutes, and I'll be looking to get out. Also, my rule: if we get to 15 pips in profit, I move my stop loss where? I move my stop loss in profit 2 pips. Guarantee the trade. All right, guarantee the trade. So far, guys, we caught 50 pips on GER 30. We caught 16 on gold. Some of you guys caught more. All right, so we're currently plus 6 pips on GBP AUD based on the what? Based on the bounce arrow go. All right. So another rule with bounce arrow go for those who are confused: if you zoom out, you have even zones. So I have 2 red and 2 green. As long as your 2 inside zones, so your 2 closest zones, as long as they are 50 pips apart, which you can use this crosshair tool, which right here, it's the second tool from the right. It's called the crosshair. Select that, put it on the chart, measure the insides from the bottom of the resistance, the red zone, to the top of the green zone, which is support. You'll see there in the middle, so there's 3 numbers there. One says 15, as you guys can see on the chart. One says 1781. The other one has a 1.80218. All right. So the 1.80218 is price. So wherever my crosshair is at, that tells me that where current price is at. The number that says 1781, that is points. So that's 1,781 points. All right. So the crosshair will tell you the distance in points. So if you want to put that in pips, move the decimal to the left 1. So it's really 178.1 pips. So I have more than 50 pips room in between these two. Therefore, based on the strategy, I can take a bounce arrow go trade in any direction because there is even zones and I have more than 50 pips room. All right. Bounce arrow go, guys. Real simple. We caught, some of you guys caught 25 on gold with it. With the bag entry trade. We had a strategy number 7 on the GER, and then G-odd we are in based off of bounce arrow go. All right. We got 18 minutes left until the top of the hour. Price is fluctuating right now. We were up as much as 7 pips. Now we're break even right now. All right. Break even. My TP I've got sitting at the bottom of the 200 moving average, which is about 28 pips. As you guys know, let me change that now. TP is all, we're gonna put that at 20 pips. There we go. So put it at 20 pips right there. That's why TP is at 20 pips. 20 pip and dip, 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. All right. Or wherever price is at in 17 minutes. So at the top of the hour, we will be 30 minutes away from news. Therefore, I will look to get out. Shout out to Alex. Alex took that GER30 trade and just passed his test, his challenge, with his funded account. So hey, everyone, throw in the chat, Alex the GOAT. He just passed with that GER30 trade. He just passed, and his funding challenge. So everybody throw that in there. ATG, Alex the GOAT. Shout out to Alex, man. That's great. Great for you, my friend. Great for you.
ATG.
Someone asked, is the RSI useful with AIRO? So if you trade with AIRO, with the RSI, if that's part of your strategy, then use it. Some people find that it goes hand in hand. I don't trade with it, so you guys won't see me teach on it. But hey, it works for some people. What are the best times to trade GER30 in the US? So the best time to trade is London session. So that would be between the hours of 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, or 3 to 8 Eastern, because it's a GER30 is a London session pair or currency. So we are currently in a GBP AUD buy based on the bounce arrow go strategy. We're up 2 pips right now. All right, we're gonna hold it for another 13 minutes and look to get out because we got news coming up. All right, hopefully we can get price to get up there and go and get to that TP beforehand. Someone asked me, will we get a dashboard template with the 200 moving average? So now that things are starting to calm down and people start getting their dashboards, up to date and whatnot, I am going to be looking to make multiple templates with the dashboard so that you can pick your dashboard based on the money zone time frame of your time zone for your broker. So I'm going to do some studying of some of the top brokers that the company uses, people in the company use, and make multiple. I'm going to make multiple dashboards. I'm sorry, templates for with different time zones. That way, you guys can pick it. Also, I'm going to put the 200 moving average on it. That way, no one has to worry about it. All right. How do you read the daily open and the weekly open to your advantage? So the way I use it is from a correlation standpoint. Like I talked about earlier, if I see that from daily open, all pairs are down or all pairs are up, you can tell they're correlating in the same direction. If I see 4 out of 6, great. I use that as a way to know correlation. So I use it for correlation for my purposes. That's how I use it. Same thing with weekly open. All right. Same thing for the weekly open. Plus 3 pips right now. We're at plus 3 pips. So ECAD was strategy 4. Nice. Hopefully you took that, made some money. Gold, retrace out the second arrow looking bullish. Not touching that gold, it's dropping. All right, I gotta just answer some questions here real quick. Answer some questions for people. We're back at break even right now on a GI trade. Sometimes FX calendar and Forex factory are different. Should I consider both? Yes. I say you should consider both just because of that. The reason why I say look at both is because of that very reason. We're currently up 5 pips right now in GBP AUD, currently up 5 pips. So yes, the Forex factory and MyFX book can sometimes be different. I prefer to lean towards MyFX book for the majority of the news. I don't really look at Forex factory as much. But yes, definitely consider both just because of that reason. Can I look at XAGUSD? So let's go look at silver. Silver up 5 pips right now. Metals. That might be on my other one here. Let's go see if I got it. I don't really want to add. All right, again, silver is a pair again. It doesn't move into New York session. There's nothing to look at. There's no entry. There's nothing. Negative. There's nothing there, guys. It's an uptrend and it's stuck in the zone. So, all right, let's go to M5. On the M5, it's in an uptrend and you got, you got a bag entry down, but look at that spread. That's ugly. Look at that spread. Look how wide that is. Not trading that. Not trading that at all. Let's go back to the FTMO account. Plus 3. We got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes until guys, I will never share my take profit or my stop loss levels. That is what's considered financial advice. So again, 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss from your entry. That's what I utilize. We're up 4 pips right now. So I can never give that out just because of those reasons. That's considered financial advice. But we are now in our 3rd trade. Personally, I'll be looking to close the trade out here in about 7 minutes. Someone asked, how do I customize my watch list and timeframes? There is a video that's pinned to the group in the chat and in the announcements group. You can find the announcements group. Please watch that video that walks you through how to set up the dashboard, how to use it, how to change the watch list and timeframes. All right, please watch that video. Someone said they can't put their take profit line in or a stop loss and take profit. So let's see here. First thing you have to do is you can't, if I click on this line here, so once I hit When I put my trade in, this green line is my entry. When I hold, I'm in a buy, right? So if I click and hold on it and drag it up, that's where this red line is at right here. This is my take profit line. You can see it here. Look over here. See over here, it has a number and it says TP. All right. That means it's take profit. All right. If I take the same line, click it and drag it down, you'll see, and let it go. You see it says the order number and SL for stop loss. All right. Now, you have to pull your stop loss and set it in place before you can take your stop loss and put it in profit. You cannot put your stop loss in profit if your trade is not in profit. All right. You got to drag your stop loss to where stop loss is. When I get into 15 pips profit, I drag my stop loss and I put it above my entry. Officially now, I am 2 pips in profit right now. All right. I am officially 2 pips in profit now. All right. I'm gonna move that line because we still got about 5 minutes. All right. But that's how you do it. You have to set it properly first before you can put it into profit. All right. We're up 9 pips right now. Come on, baby. We got 5 minutes, baby. Push, push, push. Give me 11 more pips. I got 5 minutes. I don't want to close the trade before 20 pips. I want my 20 pips. Textbook trades tonight, guy. Textbook trades tonight. I love textbook. Makes things easy. Makes things easy. I don't like what the G pairs are starting to do. They're starting to push down, though. Other G pairs are pushing down. I don't like that.
Yeah, I got out that trade, and I'm just going based off of me just holding on to my GU based off the hour chart. So I just got out that GA, me personally.
Hey, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If I see 10 pips, I might just go ahead and close out. We got 4 minutes. So I'm going to close out here in about 10 pips. 8. Now we're just playing around. We see something right now at that 8-9 range. 9. Come on, baby. Get it at 10. Let me close out. All right, guys. I took my 10 pips. I'm out. Took 10 pips with 4 minutes away. CTG said he got out. So, y'all know Calvin, man. Y'all know how it is when Calvin on the call. He's got the sauce. So I got out for a few reasons. You can see the G pairs start to try to turn around. Look at that. GJ hit the moving average coming down. GU started trying to push back up, but it was coming down. G Chef coming back down. GN, you can see hit a level of resistance right here, and it's turning around.
Share your screen, bro. They can't see it.
Oh, my bad, guys. My bad, guys. So I took for 10 pips. I closed out at 10 pips. You can see GU was dropping, trying to come back up now. GJ, you can see it hit that moving average and it's coming down. G Chef coming back down. GN peaked out, turning around, even with the AIRO. And again, we're 3 minutes out of news. GCAD coming back down. So we're already, you see, look at that, come back down. On the GI trade. So closed out at 10 pips. I said 10 pips is going to be a good level, just because I knew news was close. So I got out. That's why I got out. Took my 10 pips. Took 10 pips and ran. And this is why, guys, you want to be able to be versed in multiple pairs. All right. We took, at least personally, on accident, 33 pips on GER 30, was up 50 pips. Took 16 on gold and 10 on GI. So that's 59 pips for the day. If I was not, let me see here. If I had not took those losses, I'd be up $400 right now. And my goal for my FTMO account is what? 500 to 1,000. Don't need many trades. 3 simple trades. 3-0. Caught some nice pips. Would be up $500 if I had held that GER 30 trade for the full 50 pips. But I only got 33 out of the 53. That's fine. I'm up $400 right now. on the 3 trades you're taking. All right, doesn't take much. 500 to 1,000, that adds up. 22 trading days, $500 a day. That's 11 grand. That's 11 grand if I trade all 22 days. All right, let's just say I do, 10 grand for the month. Like my goal is. My goal is 10 to 20%. So guess what? That's 7 grand to 14 grand profit for this FTMO account. Or if I had my regular account, I'll typically go for the same, $500 to $1,000. I'm a little bit more aggressive on my personal account than I am with FTMO because I don't have to worry about the drawdown rules. All right. You can see now it's 3 o'clock and the news is 30 minutes out. And guess what? This trade is now in the negative. This trade would now be in the negative right now. So everybody that's still holding, you might be at break even, maybe up 1 pip right now. Got out at 10 pips up here, based on what Calvin said. And again, I just showed, pairs starting to try to turn around. And you can see them all trending down. All right, all trending down. All right, guys. So it is 3 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're gonna take a break, 15-minute break, like we always do. I'm gonna answer some questions in the Q&A so I can catch up. You guys use this time to go and use the restroom, get something to eat, whatever the case may be, something to drink, and we'll be back. If those of you who held GBP AUD, I know some of y'all did. Let's take a look at it. You should be up a good 12, 15 pips right about now. 13, almost 14 pips right now. So we went past that 10 pip area where we were at, still climbing. So it looked like the news didn't affect it. Well, I'm sorry, news is in 14 minutes, actually. So we have about 14 minutes to news, but it's still rising. So bag entry looks like it's about to go 20 pips. So again, I got out early, mainly because the news was coming, but also because, the G pairs were turning around. If that news wasn't there, I would have probably stayed in the trade. But the main thing was getting out because of potential for news coming out. It's ran up now almost 18 pips. So shout out to everybody that stayed in that GBP AUD trade. It looked like it's getting ready to go to full 20 pips. 20 pips all day long, guys. This is a textbook bounce, AIRO, go trade. So if you're confused on bounce, AIRO, go trades, we have taken 2 tonight. We have 1 on 2. It is now officially hit 20 pips. So those who are in it has hit 20 pip take profit. Shout out to everybody that hit that 20 pip take profit all day long. So those who were concerned about the 40 pip stop loss, look at that drawdown. 3.5 pips. That's most trades. Most trades don't come anywhere close to the 40 pip stop loss. All right. But guess what? Most of them hit that 20 pips. What is that? 22 pips. Shout out to everybody that hit that. So that's 3 for 3 to start the week out. If you caught the trades, show some love in the chat. To Calvin the GOAT. Show some love in the chat for yours truly. That's what we do on London Session. We try to teach you guys. We try to have fun, and we try to make some money. Make sure that to throw those chats. Throw those in the chat. Wake everybody up. I want to get to the point here in the next couple of weeks. Now that we got some people really coming on board. Look at that. Right up to the 200 moving average. This is where I said it was going to go. Right up to the 200 moving average. So this has gone past 25 pips, almost at 28 now. But I want to get to the point where we have 500 to 1,000 people on this call, guys. All right. Now, I'm not going to call 18, 20 trades. All right. We're going to follow the rules. The goal is to typically try to call between 3 and 5 trades a night. I like that number because, again, I want to make sure I'm spending time teaching you guys. I want to also make sure I spend time, showing you guys how to set things up, answering questions, talking about certain things, showing you certain things like FTMO, things of that nature. So I'm not going to sit there and just trade all day. Again, you don't want to overtrade. You want to make sure you take high probability trades. All right. And when you take those trades, you want to use a healthy lot size. You want to hit it. And you want to do what? You want to be happy with your results. All right. I definitely would been at $500 for the night, for the day, had I stayed in this trade right here. up 400 for the night. I'm happy with that. All right, not bad at all. Up 400. My goal for FTMO was 500 to 1,000. So one more trade and I'll be good. One more trade and I'll be good. All right. All right, I'm getting here and answer some of these Q&A questions real quick. 200 is touching the 200 moving average right now. Smacking the 200 moving average, guys. Easy money. Easy money. All right, guys, so we're going to go over how to set up the dashboard. People are struggling with it. Guys, if you're struggling with how to set up the dashboard, that right there means you are not watching the video that was created for you. If you watch the video and you follow to a T, you won't have no issues setting up the dashboard. If for some reason the templates are not loaded, then you need to submit a ticket. So that's been happening. There's been a little snafu with the VPS company. They're trying to get that fixed. You know, where sometimes people are missing the templates. But other than that, if you have the templates and you have AIRO dashboard loaded under experts, you have to watch the video. It will walk you through it. All right. Every Sunday night as well. We actually had a call tonight. Only 4 people got on the call tonight. So the call from Sunday was postponed because here in the United States, we have the Easter holiday and a lot of people were out with their families. So we postponed it to tonight. Only 4 people got on the call. Only 4 people got on the call. And all 4 were set up. So shout out to everybody that was on that call. I know a couple of them said they were going to be on London session. So let's log back in. All right. And let's go over how to set up the dashboard. I am going to close every chart. All right. Now, turn off auto trading, turn everything off. First things first, open up a new chart. So right underneath file is create a new chart. All right, doesn't matter what chart, doesn't matter what it looked like, don't matter. Actually, let me do this from my other VPS real quick, guys. All right. Here we go. Add a new chart. All right, got the new chart here. First things first. Icon right here, the last icon on the menu option here is the templates icon. Templates folder, select that. Come down, you should see AIRO and blackout. If you don't have AIRO or blackout, or you don't have one of the, you have one but not the other, submit a ticket. All right, let me know I don't have AIRO, I don't have blackout, or I don't have neither of the templates. All right, first thing you need to do is select blackout. So you can have a black background. That way you don't have the dashboard on top of the candlesticks. Again, this is in the videos. So if you're not following these directions, I know you're clearly not watching the video at all because these directions are in the video step by step like we're going through now. Once you put the blackout on, next thing you want to do is you want to come over here underneath charts. There's a gold folder with a gold star. That's called the navigator. Select that. Pops up in your navigator here. From here, you have expert advisors. Select expert advisors, hit the little plus sign next to it. You'll see AIRO dashboard. Double click. All right, double click on that. Once you double click on that one, first thing you want to do is it'll take you to about, go to common. Under common, you want to make sure you have enable alerts. Under live trading, allow live trading needs to be selected. Under safety, the first two. Allow DL imports, allow import of external experts. These 4 need to be selected. If allow live trade is not selected, it will not work. All right. Must have these selected. Next, under inputs, here's where the magic happens. So pairs trading. You can double click on this here, get the drop down icon. You can select your own pairs, the core 7 or the 7 major pairs, the top 14 pairs, all 28 pairs, or pairs based on um, their currency. For me, because I have a blend of currency pairs and precious metals and indexes, I go to own pair list. Most people will go here. All right. If you're not going to trade all 28 pairs, don't open all 28 pairs. Just because you have the capability to do so doesn't mean you should do it. All right. Pick a few pairs. No one's going to trade all 28 pairs. All right. Don't do it just because you can do it. Pick the pairs you're going to trade, you're going to stick to, concentrate on those. Because guess what? If you're getting signals all over the place and you're confused and now you're taking trades that you shouldn't be taking, and the pairs that you really do like to trade, you miss out on, it's because you got too much information. I only trade 10 pairs or less. That's all I look at. That's all I have my dashboard look at. Don't need that many pairs. All right. I don't need 2 charts to have 40 pairs open. It's not needed, guys. No one trades 40 pairs and is consistent. It just doesn't happen. It takes a rare talent to be able to do so, because all Forex pairs, even indexes and precious metals and cryptocurrency, they have different tendencies. All right. So don't just do it just to do it. All right. Make sense of what you're doing. So own pair list, time frames to use. I only look at 4 time frames, so I'm going to delete most of these. I only look at the M5, the M15, the H1, the H4. All right, no spaces, and I got a comma in between all of them. M's are capital, H's are capital. It's the exact same way it is up here on the actual menu chart. On the menu, up here. All right, own pairs need to be the exact same way that the broker has them labeled. Otherwise, they won't work. So GBP, JPY, no space, comma, GBP USD, no space, comma, GBP AUD, no space, comma, GBP NZD, no space, comma, GBP CAD, no space, comma, GBP CHF. That's it. The last one that's there, I'm done. Oh, I forgot. Let me add my indexes. Comma, no space, XAU, USD, that's gold, no space, comma, SPX 500, no space, comma, GER 30. Done. Those are 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs. That's 9 pairs I have. All right. On my alert settings, I have allow alerts true. All right. Alerts message is false. So I want to make sure that I have that turned to true to make sure you receive the message. All right. Template for new chart. This is important. The template is called AIRO. So you want to double click on default and just type in AIRO, all capital. All right. If you have it. If you don't have it, you got to submit the ticket. And then you can change your font and your size. For me, I'm fine with the way it looks. ADR number of days, I select 10. All right. Eventually, I'm going to make that 10 where you can't even. So the next update that comes out, you won't even be able to see this. It'll just be 10 automatically, and you won't even have a setting for this. You just have the settings. I'm going to make the settings standard for everything. The only thing you'll be able to change would be own pair list, time frames, your pairs, and then putting in the template name, which I might even take that away. But that's about it. Make it a lot easier for you guys. Once that is set, you select what? Okay. Hit that twice. There you go. Everything populated. But AIRO dashboard has a sad face. It's because it's not, so you want to make sure that it's being monitored correctly. You come up here to auto trading, select auto trading. Now AIRO dashboard has a smiley face. You are good to go. You can see numbers moving. Everything's got numbers by it except for GER 30. That's fine. We'll go inside there, make sure everything's working. I clicked on M5. You see GER30 M5. Got the template on here, looking good. Let me close this chart here. Go back, boom. If you see that it's not populating, just click on one of the time frames, bring it up, and you'll see that everything's good to go now. It's that simple, guys. It's all set up here. I am inside my AP VPS. So this is not my personal VPS. I made sure to switch to my Auvoria Prime VPS. So I'm setting mine up the exact same way you guys set yours up in the exact same environment. So if you're having issues, you're either missing a template or you're putting something input wrong. All right. If you want to know exactly how your broker puts their or labels their symbols, go to View, Symbols, and then whatever you want to add, you're gonna look at it. So let's say we're adding crypto. Bitcoin is for here, BTC USD, all capital, real easy. So I know for me, I let you trade GER30, but some brokers call it DEX30. It's just different. All right. Usually it's going to tell you next to it. Mine says GER30, German 30, or DAX. All right. That's what it's called. So whatever it's labeled is how you want to put it into the settings menu. Here's where you can find out View, Symbols, and you just come here and look for the symbol you want to add to make sure you first you want to make sure that you have double clicked on it. So let's say the JPN, the Japan 225, double click on that one, the icon turned gold. Now it can be added. Now it can be selected. So if your pair is not selected here, it won't be added to the chart. When you add it to the chart, you have to select it here to turn it on. All right. All this is in the video, guys. Got to turn it on. Once you turn it on, then when you add it to the chart, it will show up. All right. So once I've double clicked it and this icon with the money sign in it turns gold, you can come over here to Symbols. We'll go to Indexes and look, JPN 225. Now, if I go back, View, Symbols, and I turn JPN 225 off, come back in here, Indexes, there's no JPN 225. Therefore, guess what? If I try to add it here, it won't work. Now, if you want to add something here or make a change, click on the smiley face, and guess what? Now the settings menu pops back up. Just click on them, just click your mouse on it, left click, and you can go in here and add everything or change anything you want to. That's it, guys. That's how it works. When it pops up red, that means there's a down arrow on that time frame. So gold has a down arrow. There it is. Last candle had a down arrow. All right. Now, I know there's a bug where sometimes the icon, it'll pop up red or green and there won't be no arrow. And sometimes there's no pop-up and there's an arrow that shows up. That'll be fixed in the next rollout. All right. Right now, to get set up, I will roll that out with the new update. All right. I apologize about that. That long story, but it'll be rolled out in the next update. All right. That's it, guys. That's how you set up the dashboard. That's how you use it. So we go through it real quick. Symbols are the symbols. SPR is your spread. So the spread is the difference between the bid and the ask. You see here, I got a red line and a white line. The red line is the ask. White line is the bid. It's already preset in the template. So when you type AIRO on there, it's already going to be preset. So you don't have to worry about it. All right. So the difference between the two, that gap, is the spread. For Forex pairs, you want that spread to be less than 3. All right. If it's at 3 or higher, it's going to turn red. These are fine because they're more volatile, so it's no big deal. But these on Forex pairs, you want it to be under 3. DLY open is the daily open. So if you go look at this pair, GBP, JPY is 27 green. What does that mean? That means that from when it opened for the day here to where it's at now, price is up 27 pips. So price opened way down here. All right, and now it's, as you can see there, at the body, right there to here, 27 pips, 28 pips now. All right, so from the body, where price started at on this line here, which is the period separator. So if you want to add this line here, actually that line is, it shows you when the new day starts on a daily basis. To add that, what you want to do is right click on the screen. Actually, it should be set in the default because the template is based on that as well. So the template should already have it. But if it doesn't for some reason, you want to right click on the black of the screen, come down to properties, under common here, top left hand corner, select show period separators. All right. Again, right click on the black of the screen. You get a new menu option. Drop down here. Come down to properties. Go to common. Show period separators. All right. Next is weekly open. So weekly open means that for the week since Sunday, if you go look since Sunday, today is, so Sunday would have been here. So from here to where price is currently, it's down 93 pips. All that tells you is price is below where it opened on Sunday when the market opened Sunday. That's all that means, weekly open. All right. So it's negative 94 pips because it's orange. All right. Next is ADR, 81 out of 111. What does that mean? That means in the last 10 days, the average number of pips that Great Britain pound Japanese yen has moved has been 111 per day on average. Currently, price has moved 81 out of 111 pips today since the new period separator that we talked about. All right. The new day always starts at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. So 81 out of 111. All right. If it's less than 75% of its ADR, it'll be green. If it's between 75 and 90%, it's going to be yellow. And then if it's 90% or higher of its ADR, it's going to be red. So as you can see here, GOD is up 103 out of 113 pips. So it's averaging 113 a day for the last 10 days, and it's moved 103 for the day. All right. That's it, guys. You got a candle timer here underneath each time frame telling you how much time until the new candle. So there's 21 minutes and 40 seconds until the new 4-hour candle. There's 21 minutes and 33 seconds until the new H1 candle. There's 6 minutes and 30 seconds until the new minute 15 candle. And there's a minute and 25 seconds until the new 5-minute candle. So there's a candle timer there that tells you how much time until the new candle pops up for each time frame that you have showing. That is it, guys. That's how it works. That's how it looks. Again, I just gave you step by step, which is the exact same thing in the video. The video is there. It's in the group chat. It's in the AIRO announcements chat. So you have it at your disposal whenever you need it. Let's take a look at Q&A real quick. Someone said, can I make this sound alert true? Yes, but the sound alert will only be for the device that the dashboard is running on, which is your VPS. So you hear them, like I can hear the noise when it pops up when I'm on my VPS, but if I close my computer, my VPS is still running, but I can't hear the noise on my phone unless I have my settings on my phone. Another thing that I talk about in the video, when you set up your settings, guys, and I talk about this in the setup video for AIRO, if you set up your settings, when you set up the to receive alerts to your MT4 on your phone, you must go into your settings on your phone under your notifications and turn the notifications on for MT4. If your notifications for MT4 are not turned on, you're not going to get any alerts to your phone. They'll come into your MT4, but it won't alert your phone. You have to have your notifications. All right, you got to turn them on. Someone asks, is there a maximum number of pairs you can add on the dashboard? No, there is a physical number. I want to say it's like 32, but you only can, based on that font that I have it on, you can only see 20. So put 20 if you want to have more pairs, which again, I don't know why you would look at more than 10 pairs. All right. If you haven't mastered one pair or 5 pairs, you don't need to look at 50 pairs. It doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't make sense. All right. Trust me, I used to do the same thing back when I first started trading. And guess what? I missed a lot of trades because I saw all these trades. I started taking trades in London session that were New York pairs. I'm stuck in drawdown. And so then when I get setups for London session pairs that are moving, I missed out on profit because I'm trading the wrong pairs in the wrong section. Because guess what? I'm looking at the wrong pairs in the wrong section. All right, the wrong section. But if you want to add more pairs, you can visibly see 20. All right. So if you want to see more, just add a new chart, add a dashboard again, and this time on the second dashboard, put in whatever's left over. How do I set take profit and stop loss? The same way you always set it, guys. So to set take profit and stop loss, it's a demo account here, right? Make sure APs, yes, my demo account. All right, guys, the same way you always set it. All right. Easy way to set a trade, right click, select one click trading. All right. I'm going to select buy. There's my entry. I click on that green line. That's my entry. I click and drag up for take profit. You can see over here, tells you right now I got it set at 338 pips. That's really points. It's really 33.8 pips. Boom, it's set. Same thing. I click and drag down for stop loss. All right, guys. I have dropped there. If you guys don't know, my videos are now in the back office that show you under Forex Basics. So under the Forex Basics, I have re-recorded all the videos under Forex Basics. One of the videos on there is MT4. You can go on there and you can learn the basics on how to use this tool called MT4. Yes, my software, which is called AIRO, goes on top of the charts, but you still have to use the MT4 features to be able to take profit, set stop loss, take trades, use the tools. My software does not do all that for you. This is all built into the MT4 platform. The software is just a visual aid. That's it. All it is visual representation of what the market is doing. This is what the market really looks like right here. It's just a default chart. Do I even have one set? Load template. No, I don't have one. This is what the chart looks like with nothing on it. All right, that's it. When you add the software on there, that's when it looks like what it just looked like. All right. And guess what? You still have to use the tools from MT4. All right. So go watch the video, please, so you guys can learn for yourself on everything that you need to learn on how to utilize the software, because that's half the battle. If you don't understand how to use the software, you're going to struggle. All right. All the video content is there for you guys. All right. Can I save the dashboard? You can, but it doesn't make any sense. It's going to be there for you. But if you want to save the dashboard, sure, save the dashboard. So to save the dashboard, you save it the exact same way I told you guys on how to save the templates. File, save template, okay, name it dashboard. All right, I should just not do it here. Let's go back to, boom, there it is, GU, file, save template, okay, dashboard, save. I'm not going to save the dashboard to the templates because everybody is going to want to do what? They're going to want to see different icons, different symbols. If I say the template like this, the way I look at it, it may not be the way you want to look at it. You may want to have more time frames. You may want to have more pairs or less. So I'm not going to say the template because everyone's going to have something totally different. All right. But now that the template's saved there, guess what? If I close everything out, open up a new chart. All right. Click on the templates folder, load template. There's the dashboard, open. Ta-da! It's there for you. Click on the minute 5, brings it up for you. Close that, and bada bing, bada boom. So if your chart is all blank, just click on one of the time frames, take it to a chart, Close that, come back, you see everything's populated now. That's how you save the dashboard. The exact same way I've showed you guys how to save the template. Nothing changes, guys. It's all the same. It may look, it's a template. This template is different than the AIRO template, but it's all the same. All right? Nothing changes. All the same, guys. Someone said you cannot see the screen. Let's try that again. Should have been able to see the screen. Share screen. If you can't see the screen, you need to get something fixed, because the screen was definitely showing here. I'll do this one more time. All right. Let's see here. We had dashboard. All right. So all I did to say the dashboard is here. Click on templates. Save template. You get this pop-up restrictions message. That's fine. Click OK. Type dashboard here. Hit save. Once that's done, you can close it out. And guess what? I'll open up a chart. I do what? Back to templates, load template, select dashboard, select open, ta-da. That's it. The exact same way you say templates, guys. Nothing's changed. All right, nothing's changed. It's in my setup videos, actually. So you go to setup videos, again, I'm going to re-record all the videos all over again and make them even easier to follow along. But again, it's going to be up to you to follow along. Some of these things right here, of me having to spend time like this takes away from everybody else who has followed the directions, and now they can't catch trades and they can't learn how to use software because we have to go over basics. So please do your fellow AIRO Nation users a favor and watch the video so that when we get on these calls, we can spend less time going over these basics and we can spend more time going over, how to use the software instead of setting it up. All right. If you're in the chat, hey, throw in the chat if you guys are able to see the screen. Was everybody able to see the screen when I just pulled it back up for the second time? Most people saying yes. So if you're not able to see the screen, then that was something on your side. All right. All right, guys. Someone asked about the time on the screen. So let's go look at the time on the screen. All right, you guys got to understand this here. Your virtual private server is based on a time zone. Depending on what server you're at, you may have your server, your account may be in New York, it may be in Singapore, don't know. The time frame inside your VPS is the time frame of, guess what? The server time, or the time zone for wherever your server is that you're using for the virtual private server company. All right? So don't worry about it. Don't use it. Look at the time on your phone. All right. Plus, it doesn't really matter anyway, because when you go to a chart, the time frame on the chart is going to be what? It's going to be different. Like right now, it is 11:45 GMT plus 3 for my broker. All right, and it says it's 3 hours behind on the actual VPS time. All right, don't use it. It's a difference based on a different time zone, guys. Based on a different time zone. It would not be based on where you live, unless you just happen to live in New York or where your server may be held. Which pairs would I dump first? I mean, guys, I just showed you what I trade. I trade GBP pairs. The 10 that I recommend, the 6-pound pairs and the 4 euros, I would start there. That's why I gave you guys those 10 pairs. All right. Also now just get on the Sunday night call, guys, as well. If you watch the videos in the back office, the setup videos, and I'll show you where to find those at, you guys can have everything. Also, if you go to Auvoria Prime's YouTube account, you'll have all the answers there as well. All my Sunday night calls, just like on these London session calls, they're all saved under the AP account. So you don't have to wait till Sunday. You can go watch a couple of videos from Sunday, and you'll see everything that you need to see. All right, you'll get all the setup answers on those videos. All right, that way you can get set up before Sunday. So let me pull up the website real quick. Earlier when you said, all right, let me go back. Apparently people didn't get to see how to set take profit and stop loss. All right, let's go back one more time. All right. This is the chart. Can everyone see the chart? All right, everybody can see the chart. Great. Right click, one click trading. That gives this button up here. Sell button, buy button. Hit buy, puts a green line there. Click on the green line. We know it's a buy, so you click and drag up for take profit. All right. You see here it says 371 pips. That's in points. So it's really 37.1. Let go, it's set. Click and drag down. That's stop loss. How can I tell? Order number TP. Order number SL. That's it. All right. That's how you set it. Again, Sunday nights, we go over this. All right. We go over this as well. Also, Forex Basics. There's a video that goes over this as well. All right. Everything's there for you guys. All right. Got to make sure you use and have the available information and use it, guys. Got to use it. Because guess what? If you don't understand it, you're not going to take trades with us. All right. Miss out on the money. Got to be ready to get on these calls. All right. There are other calls. I'm going to actually be proposing to the exec team to start having calls throughout the week that go over the basics, pips and lot sizes, how to use MT4, stuff like that. All right. Hopefully people come to that call, especially if you need the help. All right. If you're not putting in the time, you're not going to be successful, guys. There are no shortcuts in this game. There are no shortcuts. All right. Companies are not giving this information out. I can tell you right now, I don't know any company that has a video about how to use MT4. None. Don't know any companies. Most Forex gurus or mentors, they don't even really have video training on how to use MT4. Very few of them. All right. We've gone the extra mile to make sure you have the tools necessary to be able to watch it and have it whenever you need to. I'm happy to help, but please don't waste everybody else's time when we get on these calls. Make sure you're prepared because, again, the market moves fast. You guys see some of these trades. If you're not prepared, you're missing out. So I'm not upset. I'm just letting you guys know you're doing yourself a disjustice by not being prepared. If you're not prepared, you are going to miss out. Look at some more questions, Q&A. Try to set the break even. We just went over this earlier, guys. We just went over this earlier on setting the break even. You have to set your stop loss first, then you can move it to break even. Set your stop loss first, then when price is in profit, you can move it to break even. All right? You have to set stop loss first. You can't go straight to break even. You have to set stop loss first underneath the price if you're in a buy, above the price if you're in a sell, and then once you set it, then you can move it to break even. Is there a way to set price alert for when price closes at a certain price? Yes, there are tools for that, which you cannot utilize because they're not on the system. So as of right now, I don't believe so. So H1, guys, with H1, if the bag entry trade is valid on H1, take it. If it's valid, if the trade is valid per the strategy, take it. All right, so all the questions and Q&A are answered. You can set alert MT4. Great. I don't know how to use MT4 for setting alerts. Then let's go look at it. Let's go look at MT4. Let's go play around with it. Set an alert when it gets to a certain price point. All right. So we right click. Nothing here about setting alerts. Let's look up here. Tools, charts, insert. Options. No. Window. Yeah, I don't really see. There we go. So right click on the black of the screen, come to one-click trading. I'm sorry, come to trading, and you can go to alert. And so at alert, hmm, I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure how to do an MT4. Oh, there we go. So if you right click, come to trading, and select alert, you get this little arrow over here. You guys see this red arrow that just popped up? I got two of them here. I got this arrow, and you can move the arrow wherever you want it to for price. So when price gets there, it'll alert you. So let's put it right here, and when price gets above it, let's see if it alerts us. Price going down. So let's put it right here. Price going down. Come on, touch it, touch it, touch it. Let's see what it does. We're waiting for both the bid and the ask to touch that. And let's see if we get an alert. It touched it and it went away, but no alert. Maybe we did something wrong. I'll have to look into this, guys. So I'll look into it, and we'll go over it tomorrow. Somebody remind me to bring it up tomorrow. We'll go over it. I'll figure out how that works. If nothing popped up, I thought we may have got an alert. I heard the noise, but I didn't see no alert. So, but hey, it is 3 a.m. Shout out to every last 159 you guys on the call. If you're going to continue to trade, make sure to practice proper risk management. Remember, there's a lot of New York session news, red folder. Be ready for that if you're going to trade New York session. And I'll see you guys in the funny papers.